what's up with y'all though? I'm doing a late night reaction video for y'all niggas, but I'm probably gonna post it tomorrow, so you know.
Facing life in prison for murder.
You said you know who did the shooting?
Yeah, the basketball player, Crittenton.
This is the story of Javaris Crittenton.
Javaris Crittenton, right? Never heard about you, my boy. That just tells me you never won a chip. I'm not gonna fucking cap. And that just tells me you a bum. Crittenton.
Javaris was the last person you'd expect to become a murderer. Because growing up in the projects of Atlanta during the early 2000s, he was a straight-A student, class president, and a basketball phenom. In fact, by the time Javaris graduated high school in '06, he was a McDonald's All-American and received a D1 scholarship to Georgia Tech. And after only a year playing college ball, Javaris earned his greatest achievement yet, being a 2007 first-round draft pick for the LA Lakers and signing a $2.6 million contract.
Yeah, I was just excited, to be a Laker.
You can't even walk in the building, you're stormed by fans.
At just 19 years old, Javaris was an NBA star, playing next to Kobe Bryant. He was on top of the world, but one night changed everything.
Demon Javar. That's his name, right? Look at him, Demon Javar. When he out with the bitches, he a different Javar, my boy.
See, one night during his first offseason, Javaris was out partying at the Block nightclub in Hollywood when someone...
Nigga, what? Did I just hear his first offseason?
See, one night during his first offseason...
Javar, you caught a body after being drafted in your first season. I'm not gonna cap, bro, you're not that smart. You're not that smart. Whatever happens, bro, I don't even know what happened, but whatever happened, you're not that smart, my nigga. You're not that smart.
Javaris was out partying at the Block nightclub in Hollywood when someone caught his eye from across the room. Famous Atlanta rapper, Dollar, surrounded by his crew, flashing diamond chains, beautiful women, and designer clothes. A young Javaris was mesmerized, so he decided to introduce himself, only to find out that Dollar and his crew were part of a notorious LA street gang, the Mansfield Gangster Crips. And with Javaris being a professional athlete and all,
the Mansfield Gangster Crips.
Gangster Crips.
Fuck out of here.
With Javaris being a professional athlete and all,
dumbass.
he should have just walked away right then and there. But instead, he was so enticed by the gangster lifestyle that he hung out with Dollar and his crew all night long. And over the next couple of months, Javaris grew even closer to the gang, until eventually he became an official Mansfield Crip. Now, Javaris may have been making waves in the streets, but his basketball career was a completely different story. Because after joining the gang, Javaris was never able to gain his footing in the NBA. He went from the Lakers to the Grizzlies to the Wizards, all in just his first 2 seasons. And in December of 2009, his struggling...
I'm about to say Javar, but GG's, my nigga.
...basketball career.
You let gang affiliations take over the NBA. You really are a fucking dumbass, huh?
Went completely off the deep end. During a team flight to Washington, Javaris decided to pass the time by gambling on card games with his teammates. And after losing thousands of dollars, Javaris was pissed. So in the heat of the moment, he ended up getting into a fight with his teammate, Gilbert Arenas, threatening to rob the guy. Javaris' inner gangster was showing, and he wanted to settle the beef like a real Mansfield Crip. So a couple of days later, Javaris pulled up to the Wizards arena and walked into the team's locker room with a loaded weapon. And after a heated exchange, Javaris found himself in a Wild West standoff with Gilbert Arenas.
Oh yeah, Gilbert Arenas blickied up too, nigga. He ain't dumb. Oh shit.
Now luckily, both guys eventually calmed down and no one
Oh,
ended up hurt.
shit.
But that didn't stop the incident from being reported to the police. So a few weeks later, Javaris was charged with misdemeanor possession of a firearm and was sentenced to 1 year probation. And following his sentencing, Javaris' contract with the Wizards was terminated. After just 2.5 years, 22-year-old Javaris was officially out of the misdemeanor possession of a firearm and was sentenced to 1 year probation. And following his sentencing, Javaris' contract with the Wizards was terminated. After just 2.5 years, 22-year-old
Shaking my
Javaris
head.
was officially out of the NBA.
Shaking
This
my
seemed like
fucking
rock
head.
bottom, but in reality, it was just the tip of the iceberg.
2 seasons
See,
in the
getting
league.
kicked out of the NBA left Javaris devastated, so he decided to fly back to Atlanta, looking for the support of his family. But what he got instead was judgment and rejection. The people that once saw him as a hometown hero now saw him as a failure, and as a result, Javaris turned to the only people that he felt would accept him, the Mansfield Gangster Crips. And by spring of 2010,
Nigga, I would too, bro. Look what you doing, my nigga.
Javaris had become a ride-or-die member of the gang, going as far as helping the Crips duck police and even putting money in their jail accounts. But eventually, all of his boys got locked up.
That nigga Javaris was feeding the whole gang. Y'all seen that shit?
Even putting money in their jail accounts.
Feeding the
But
whole
eventually,
gang.
all of his boys got locked up. So when no one else to turn to and nowhere else to go, Javaris decided to make a last-ditch effort at an NBA comeback, trying out for the Charlotte Bobcats, only to fall flat on his face. By 2011, Javaris felt alone and hopeless. At just 23 years old, he had no job, was rejected by his family, and his closest friends were dead or in prison. Feeling like he had nothing else to lose, Javaris became a ticking time bomb, ready to explode at any moment. All he needed was a little push over the edge. And that push came on a dark Atlanta night when, after leaving a local barber shop, Javaris was robbed of everything he had on him. His $25,000 black diamond necklace, his $30,000 black diamond watch. I mean, he even got robbed for his iPhone and $25. All by a rival gang member that Javaris recognized. 17-year-old ROC crew member, Lil Tick. And after everything Javaris had been through, this was the final straw. He wanted to find Lil Tick and get revenge.
That's tough.
On August 19th, 2011, at 9:30 p.m., Javaris was in the back seat of a rented Chevy Tahoe with his cousin Scooter up front, driving him to Lil Tick's last known location, Glenrose Heights, just outside of Atlanta. And as he turned onto Macon Drive, Javaris spotted this target on the sidewalk and opened fire.
Javaris is a shooter. That nigga Javaris said it's on site to Lil Tick.
But
Shit.
instead of hitting Lil Tick, Javaris missed and
Oh.
accidentally hit an innocent woman. So with this, panicked Javaris Crittenton fled the scene. As
I'm supposed to feel bad about this? Shaking my head, bro. Shaking my head, my nigga. You a slasher, huh, Javaris? Cause you can't fucking shoot, obviously, my nigga. You was a slasher build, huh? I don't even know who you are, bro.
witnesses called the cops. After medics arrived, the woman was rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, where just 2 hours later, at 11:34 p.m., she was pronounced dead, making Javaris Crittenton a stone cold killer.
Atlanta now.
Bro, stone cold killer. What the fuck?
Operator 44.
Send the police to make them drive. Well, they had a drive-by. And you said you know who did the shooting?
Yeah, the basketball player, Crittenton. Crittten.
That nigga knew. Straight to the bone, nigga.
Just a few days after the murder, Javaris fled to LA as police began their investigation, and over the next week, they gathered tons of evidence linking Javaris to the crime. Witness statements, his photo being picked out of a police lineup, and the discovery of the rented Chevy Tahoe coated with residue and Javaris' fingerprints. So police obtained an arrest warrant, and a couple of days later, the FBI arrested Javaris in LA. But it wouldn't be until April of 2015 that his day in court would finally come. By this point, there was so much evidence against Javaris that a life sentence seemed inevitable. So on the very first day of his murder trial, he struck a deal with prosecutors. In exchange for dropping several charges, Javaris pled guilty to aggravated assault with a firearm and voluntary manslaughter. And as a result, he was sentenced to 23 years in federal prison. So, as of this recording, Javaris is being held at Calhoun State Prison in Georgia, where, pending good behavior, he has an expected release date of December 13th, 2036.
Oh, it's not that far. It's not that far. That's like 10 years, right? Yeah, that's like 10 years. Javaris, you gonna be out, my boy. Bro, just thug it out. But give up that fucking life of crime, my nigga. You can't shoot. Alright, that's the end of the video. I'm gonna catch y'all niggas. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And I'm out of here.